The LightSaver line was developed in response to feedback that we got from consumers that our general rollables and foldables were not necessarily as consumer accessible as might be ideal. And so we started looking at how to make sure the outputs from the solar modules were as usable as possible to consumers. So we started with the Mini, put simple solar module, battery, USB output. About as simple, clean, basic as you can get. And had a pretty good response to it. It was a little slow on the charge, so a single day wasn't getting you a full charge, so we went to developing the LightSaver, and that's kind of defined our approach of we want 1 day of good sun to give you a full charge, and high efficiency inputs and outputs help keep that possible while minimizing the number of conversion steps so that you get all of your solar power into your end device. You'll get probably about 85% of the total solar generated into your end use device versus a lot of systems where you might get 50%. And then we moved on to the Max, trying to really increase the functionality. We increased the size of it considerably and added 12-volt systems and while still keeping it as an all-in-one system. So you get all of the advantages. It's a little bit bigger, but we still maximize with our solar, being lightweight, keeping everything lightweight, super portable, super compact, and all of the efficiencies of keeping it all together. I love tinkering, I love gadgetry, I love optimization of things, and so products like these let me optimize towards a target of as much utilization as I can try to imagine putting into it within the space and size and cost constraints of what we're targeting, so I get to tinker with things that then help keep all of my own gadgetry and toys running. So that's really why I like doing these sorts of things. I think it's perfect for people who enjoy doing especially nature videography and photography, so that you can do on-the-fly editing, you can have a computer working with you, you can keep your cameras running. That's kind of my personal use case for it, is being able to use some of those programs and systems while I'm not necessarily right at my computer or a home computer type setup. Yeah, anyone who wants significant power in a remote, drone enthusiasts are another great potential use for it. You're usually in a remote location with those, keeping the batteries charged. Lets you get a bit more out of your day if you're going out and flying and playing with drones and drone cameras. So the weight, by nature of our solar, keeps it super lightweight and super compactable, so you can hit the form factor that we're hitting, which is nothing more than is required to fit the batteries. The level of functionality, especially in the new LightSaver Max, has, with the USB inputs, outputs, 12-volt inputs, outputs, and really a quite nice flashlight included on it. It increases the functionality versus any of the other units out there. And by keeping it all together, we maximize the efficiency. 2 conversion steps, both 92 to 95% efficient, keeps over 85% of your total solar power going into your end device. In part, I think it's a lot of the other solar material out there doesn't lend itself to an integrated system very well. So the simple structural parts of it lead towards the multiple component system. They don't, like the solar on the Max rolls up, integrates into the system, you have this final, but on a rigid panel, you just don't get that natural integration. And so that's part of the reason they tend towards multiple component systems, which has the unfortunate cost of extra conversion steps as well.